let me give the little background, right? So around why SAP BRIM? Like, what is the purpose? Like, what is making BRIM so special that than regular models, right? So if you take old way of handling business, sales used to come into picture for any case. So unless you sell the product, you won't get the revenue, right? That's the end goal. So you want to get the revenue means you need to have a sales. Now, so earlier word in existing word, like I would say around 2015 back, we used to have a sales and distribution. Currently also we have a sales and distribution. It is a like that's a still ongoing process. That's a core component, sales and distribution model, which enables you to sell the product. There we have a different types of selling mechanism, like either quotation, contracts, all those things. Now that sales motion used to flow through sales, delivery, invoice, and FIAR, like finance account receivables. So I sell the product, deliver the goods in case hardware. If it is service, directly invoice the customer and send it to finance for collections. And finally, you go and collect the money and show the revenue. So it's all a ball game of getting sales through and one to one. There is no customer relationship, nothing, right? It's you sell the product, you forget it, like it's just done deal. So if it is a large customer, they will purchase another goods and they will sell the goods through sales order again, same process. But when this sales motion towards the BRIM, like when business introduced itself to the BRIM model, first initially it was a telecom industry where we BRIM started its phase. Okay, so initially we didn't have a solid system in order to proven industry proven solid system to prove billing and invoicing as a single point of ERP system was not there before 2009. So that's where SAP started introducing themselves to the BRIM model, where telecom industry, where they would like to have a large number of records, like huge millions of records per minute they would like to handle. In such case, they introduce this BRIM model. So why BRIM? So now business from the areas like telecommunication, logistic, retail, utility, media and entertainment, SaaS based, so when is software as a service, device as a service, you name the industry, everywhere now BRIM is coming up. The reason, it makes very simple in terms of providing the service, and it enables a long-term relationship, and you enables the process simplification. Okay, where it inherit the zero coding base. When it's a zero coding base, you don't need a coding unless there is a custom requirement. So everything happens through out of the box, and that's where when you build the system, everything is out of the. You don't code anything, right? So that's where it supports a multiple processing model. That's like prepaid, postpaid, hybrid model. Like customer might pay upfront, customer might pay after usage, or customer may upfront some amount and later they will consume. And if there is a thing extra, they will pay extra. So these models being supported by BRIM model, BRIM process, and also it's a real-time customer visibility is given to them. Like, okay, this is what your actual usage and other stuff. That's where the BRIM came into picture. So majorly on the telecom initially, then later on it shifted to SaaS, logistic, retail, media, multiple industry environments. Okay. Now it makes simple in terms of BRIM, BRIM when you say billing, revenue, innovation management. So it converts your regular business, in the sense business models and design and configuration. What it means is, when you purchase your product, it simplifies the models and pricing. So we use advanced variant configuration in order to model the price in S4HANA, in case if we are using S4HANA pricing. In case there is a concept called convergent charging, which we will discuss later. So the convergent charging also a pricing engine. So we can use either pricing engine from CC or from S4HANA. So it makes simplified model, bundling products, okay, pricing, configurator, AVC, and used to sell the product. So subscription order management, which supports to sell these products. First thing, master data comes into picture. In see any sales, what you need to have a product, you need to have a customer, you need to have a price. So define all this master data to enable you to sell. So how are you selling? Selling using the subscription management. It's not the sales order. No more sales order concept. So you are going to sell through subscription model. So you are going to purchase the product using a subscription order. I mean, so I'm selling, like I'm company is going to sell the product to the customer using a subscription model Lifecycle, which helps you to manage the cycle of your subscription. You might purchase for a year, you might purchase for a lifetime, you might purchase for 3 years, depends based on the industries. Like if telecom industry, your connection, mobile connection is a lifetime, right? It's like unless you go and cancel, it's a lifetime purchase, and you are subscribing for your monthly rental or prepaid. You recharge, you use until the amount is over. And if it is a post pay, use upfront all the amount, and it's not upfront payment, later on you are going to pay the amount. So this is all comes under subscription order management, where first thing you are going to sell to the customer, sell to the customer, saying that okay, this is your subscription, you're purchasing SIM card, you are doing all this uh, purchases. Example SIM card I'm giving. So like you're purchasing AWS server access, you're purchasing some space, you're going to sell. So that customer purchased, and the purchase happens through subscription order management. You are going to sell the product using subscription order management, that where you will have a subscription order, subscription contract in place. That subscription contract become your life cycle of your subscription. So that's whole management happens in the subscription order management. So that then it goes to usage metering and transaction pricing. What it means is, you subscribe the product now, and you are going to use the product on monthly basis or daily basis, whatever, right? So that usage metering and transaction pricing happens through Convergent charging system, which will have another system, Java based application, which will support this subscription model and collects all the usages and meter them, and finally charge to the customer. That's where billing and receivables and collection comes into picture in the Convergent invoicing system. That's called as a Convergent invoicing, where all your invoices will be sent to the customer, and finally you receive the money and collect them. Like you invoice them and get the collections. So on top of all these things, there is a partner revenue sharing model, which helps. Again, large scale industries works in such a way that nowadays, like if you take now any business now, like you go to Amazon Prime, or you go to any other uh, uh, industry, like let's say Amazon Prime. So you have a marketplace. When it's a marketplace, so you are selling your product on another platform, correct? So your Spotify is sold in another platform. Customer is purchasing or subscribe from the another platform, where you have like it's not your own platform. And Spotify example I'm giving. So Spotify is sold in other platform. Like Amazon is selling some other TV content data in their platform, right? So you have to subscribe there. So that's where partner revenue sharing comes into picture. So now whenever the customer is subscribing from the other platforms, then you have to sell to them. Like you are going to give some royalty or some amount to the partners who is selling. Example, another example, like let's take Citrix, right? Citrix is in desktop. So it's a virtual desktop which sold on AWS server on Azure, right? Your desktop is hosted on Azure. So now how, like now Azure space is sold through Citrix. Citrix is going to purchase, like consuming that space to host their desktop and selling as one of the product for them. Now they are just hosting their desktop or a virtual desktop on the Azure platform. Now whenever they host, they have to sell 20%, like whatever. This is not only one product, they sold along with the bundle, like Azure platform, I mean to say Azure as a cloud space and Citrix as a desktop, both combined together one product to the Citrix team. I'm giving an example. Like that's, there are various places where you need to share the revenue, right? Partner revenue sharing. Now you might say, okay, now how are you going to split that money? So I'm selling to the customer using a Citrix sales motion. Now Citrix is collecting the money from the customer and paying how much space is used. So that usage is metered, and we are going to pay to the customer. That's a partner revenue sharing. So that's also supported for the usage based transaction, where none other, any other client like Oracle, you take any ERP system won't support this out of the box functionality. But this is something which is unique, where you will have a supporting revenue sharing out of the box functionality available within BRIM model. Like if you look at this BRIM, right, how exactly it started, where do we landed now, right? So initially, if you look at this BRIM, it's acquired. SAP actually acquired Convergent charging company called Ideal. It acquired Ideal company, which was running as a Convergent charging as separate box. I mean, it's a Java-based application, which is I it's 2009 it acquired, and this was consume to cash solution. Like, so earlier SAP didn't have, we were on ACC version, and we didn't have the capability of handling large scale transactions, right? You can't handle per minute. Just take an example, Geo. If you are from India, you guys, that there is a Geo as a uh, telecom industry, right? Geo is running on BRIM, so they are using BRIM as a core capability to sell and transact all the things. So so Airtel is using backend BRIM. So there are a lot of telecom industries using, and media companies are using. Okay, so all these things are running and collecting the usage. That usage collection and transacting those usages require a use, like the system should be capable enough to handle such rating. You just imagine thousands of, like, millions of calls going over the second, right? Everyone is making a call. That record needs to go through charging process. That whole charging process requires the a total handling capability to handle such records. That's where convergent charging comes into picture. That company add that capability, and SAP purchased, acquired, and renamed it as a SAP convergent charging system, which we will discuss when you get into the system landscape. So this requires to integrate with your S4HANA, and which will have a consumption based top. I mean to say, when you when the consumption comes into picture, it goes through all the consumption record and it finally charged to the customer. Okay, so then around 2013, it's again acquired another company called Ibris AG. This is omni channel, I would say. This is German based company where product content management. So it was not a success story, I would say. Like, they acquired this content management. If you know SAP CPQ, or Salesforce CPQ, right? This CPQ model is the same way. It handles the same way, but it was like Ibris Ibris AG was purchased, and it was a cloud-based product around 2013. But that was, if you guys hearing cloud now, it's a common topic, or AI or whatever, right? But when you talk about 2013, cloud was new to the industry, and that's where they purchased this product in order to enable a content management through billing. From 2013 to 2015, they tried to enable the system, and it didn't, like, a kind of it was just an integration point. So you purchase some content there in the Everest store, and then pass it on for usage based billing and other stuff. But it didn't go well. Around 2014, SAP also partnered with Digital Router. This is another company for convergent. It's a convergent mediation. This is another, like, let's take an example, right? So whenever you toll management, you pass through a toll, and they collect the, like, they will scan your barcode. Now when they scan the barcode, it translates to digits, like this packets, and send it to CC to say whether the customer is having sufficient balance or not, whether they can pass through to the next level. Okay, I mean to say, it can go to the gate can be opened. So these validation, in order to do that, you need to have a real-time integration to the POS, point of sales, to your conversion charging system, which will calculate and see whether balance is available or not. So to do that, you need to have a real-time conversion. Like, you read the barcode, something needs to translate it to CC language. Like, CC has its own language, right? The Java application, it's supposed to receive the data, see whether it can be validated. So in order to do this, SAP, when they purchased around 2009, SAP had, like, conversion charging itself had its own translator, but it was not supporting all the possible conversion mechanism. That's where this convergent digital router came into picture, where they partnered with SAP and say that, okay, I'll give you out of the box plugins, where conversion mediation will give the plugin to massage the data, like read reading from the POS, collecting the data, massage it in a such a way that what convergent charging system required. So that translator massaging and sending the data from one system to another, translating and in and out. So that's where digital router company, which is called as a convergent mediation, okay, that helps you to send the partner, like send and enable the data mediation, okay. So that's where 2014 it happened, and still it is there. Clients, like, again, is it a mandatory to have this convergent mediation part of your BRIM model? Not unless you have a real-time integration to get the data. If it is offline records, it's always, most of the company what they do is they use their own middlewares like BizTalk, okay, like even Delbumi, MuleSoft. So there are even SAP PI. So there are various integrations available in the industry, so they can use their own as long as the data conversion can happen. Okay. So around 2015, they rebranded as a Ibris billing. Even I have certification when I did old, so that the Ibris billing certification is still there. So that old model, like they renamed from BRIM to Ibris billing in order to enable this Ibris. Again, this, as I said, it didn't go well. Around 2018 and 19, SAP planning to discontinue the CRM. That time they planned to discontinue SAP CRM. So when the BRIM was started, we had a SAP CRM as a starting point. Now, since they are deprecating this SAP CRM, they bought all the CRM component to S4HANA. Now, when they bought this S4HANA box, when they built this S4HANA along with the service as a component for replacement for your CRM box. Now, they rebranded back as a BRIM model around 2018. Okay, this is from 2018. S4 HANA started and the service component came into picture. Now it is a single box, S4 HANA and convergent charging. Earlier we had a CRM, ECC, CC system. Okay, ECC and CC system. Now from 2018 onwards, it's all single, where we have S4 HANA and convergent charging system, which is another separate box which helps you to do the mediation, like charging system. So only two bucks. Now they rebranded back to BRIM, and from 2019 onwards, every version has its own, like every release from 2018-19 version, and 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. In the latest release, 2023 latest release, there are a lot of changes within the component itself. They improved a lot. Like one version to another version, there are a lot of capabilities enabled within the BRIM. So we will get into the details, capability enablement for every version whenever I explain in the next class, when we start the class. So if you're talking about some capabilities, then that capability might have enabled in one particular version, like 2019 version, 2020 version, 2020. There are some capabilities so enabled recently. So those capabilities we will discuss. What are the recent capabilities? Okay. So this is all about the journey about how exactly this BRIM evolved over the period. Okay. Now we are in 2023 version, and 2023 version comes with enabled lot of functionality, which we will get into the detail later. Part. So part of this training, what is covered and what are the solution capability available. Okay. So SAP subscription order management, which we discussed just now about product catalog and offer management, order capturing and order distribution, which is your subscription order management. So convergent mediation we discussed, which is a independent component. As I said, it's not mandatory, and this is just for an information. So we will not have a server to support this. It's a convergent mediation is a separate Java-based application. Okay, so this helps you to collect. It's kind of an integration point which SAP, like a digital router, they're giving you, like as a company, they might purchase this as an integration point in order to collect the usage data. So conversion charging part of this training, which will help you to do pricing, charging, service pricing modeling, and online and offline. We will discuss all this partner revenue sharing, online account balance management, all this part of conversion charging model. So convergent invoicing, which helps billing, settlement, handling payment, customer billing, partner payments, settlements. So as a package, you will have a subscription order management, convergent charging, and convergent invoicing. So this BRIM training consists of these three models. Additionally, we have a convergent mediation as an integration point. Additionally, we have a FICA. Okay, so when I say FICA, this convergent invoicing part of FICA, which like it divide into two model. That means two functionalities. One is convergent invoicing, where we bill the customer, we invoice the customer, we eat the GL. I mean, the GL in the sense we eat the subledger. That's where FICA is a subledger concept. So we go and post it to subledger. That's where invoicing ends. Okay. From there, you have passing to the main ledger. Give me, guys, 1 minute. So sorry, yeah. So it goes to main ledger. From there, from it will pass down to FICO model, where all the subledger to main legacy Docker table which will update. That's where your like a trial balance, everything sits there. So now we are talking about convergent invoicing, which pass to the subledger. That's where your training ends. From there, we have a FICA core model, like a billing collections as a account receivable, bank integration. There are a lot of within that, where revenue management, payment handling, credit management, collection, financing. So this is all comes under customer financial management, which is like separate training, as FICA as a separate training. So part of the training which will be covered as subscription order management, convergent charging, convergent invoicing. So three models together bundled as a BRIM. So these two are supporting. Either you can use FICA or you can FIAR. Okay. At the end, these management, like these are all the components which you can integrate to your BRIM, either through FICA, financial accounting, contract accounting, or FIR, account receivable, financial contract account receivable, okay, customer account receivable. So I will give you a little background difference between FICA and FIR later part. So FICA is mainly on the contract account receivables, which is purely on the subledger concept. But here is mainly on the main ledger concept, where direct ledger, and which will post directly to here, and from there uh, FICO is posted. Okay. And coming to the end of the slide, so part of this training, as I said, so this part, wherever it is marked as a red, it packages this is a whole package, like end to end. When we talk it from the end to end, this customer financial accounting, which involves a lot of things out of account payable, everything subledger concept, and conversion mediation, which helps you to aggregate and validate and other stuff. Other than that, subscription order management, conversion charging, and invoicing, which will have a training about managing the managing customer and partner master data, product bundling, subscription order capture, order distribution, and subscription contract management, master agreement, and partner revenue sharing. So this is discussed part of the SOM, and this will be covered part of conversion charging system,
Hello?
where we'll cover.
Yeah, are you sharing your screen or
Yeah, I'm
you're
sharing.
but I
Yes,
can't
sir.
see your screen.
Others, others, can you see
No,
my
even
screen?
I'm also not able to see.
Yes,
I'm
we are
sharing
not
it.
able to see.
It wasn't
Should
I mean on the sharing mode from the very start, right? Other also please confirm because
Yeah, you
I
should have told me. I thought.
yeah
Oh
yeah.
my.
I mean it wasn't
Okay.
on the sharing mode from the very start actually.
Now it is
So maybe
visible.
yeah now
Yes.
only
Oh,
after
oh my
yeah
bad.
30
Whole
minutes.
training, like, okay, you guys
Yeah
should have told me. I thought some, okay. I just stopped and shared again. So again, let me recap quickly. This is what the screen we discussed initially, and this is how, like, I just discussed about the
can
models,
you
and
start from the first slide and maybe you can go through I mean yeah.
yeah, this is something which we discussed about how exactly the prepaid and postpaid and hybrid model we support, and how what are the industries supported, why we need a BIM, and billing. And so we also discussed about how exactly the system supports um, um, subscription auto management and usage metering and billing and receivable and partner sharing model we discussed. So between 2009 to 2018, how exactly the whole BRIM model evolved as a separate component. We discussed what happened every stages, right? So that's a thing. And we discussed about subscription order management and convergent mediation, convergent charging, and convergent invoicing and customer financial management. So this is all solution capabilities available. So we will have a subscription order management, which is something which we will be discussing in the training, and we will be discussing about the convergent charging and convergent invoicing. So part of this training, we will be covering these topics under subscription or management, managing the customer and partner master data, partner and bundle, product capturing, distribution, fulfillment, subscription contract management. This is a life cycle, master agreement, partner revenue sharing agreement. So we will be discussing from the conversion charging standpoint, service, one time, online, offline, partner revenue sharing, online account balance management, and manage prepaid and postpaid alliances. So, and invoicing, convergent invoicing standpoint, billing and settlement, which managing the bill level and consumption item. So, bit class and sit class. How do we rate the customer? How the bill plan, billing plan, billing aggregation, invoicing, revenue sharing, partner revenue sharing, and how exactly this supports to the revenue. How exactly pass the data to revenue. So this is part of wherever other than red. So we'll be covering these topics part of this training. So that said, I think I thought okay, I was sharing guys. So okay, it was even I didn't. It was showing me as stop sharing and other stuff. I thought it's visible to you guys. Yeah. So, any questions? You guys can see me and hear me, right? Like, see my screen, right?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, okay.
I
So,
just wanted to understand one thing here, sir. So I just want to know the hierarchy. What exactly is the end-to-end process? Is it like a step-by-step procedure kind of thing, or how
yeah,
is it like?
yeah. So, this BRIM contains three models. Okay. One
Okay.
is subscription order management, and another one is convergent charging and convergent invoicing. So, in the industry, in the current, like, if you get into as a BRIM consultant, you cannot have all three as single like like if you are coming from the sales model, like sales and distribution model, it's easy for you to understand subscription order management, and it's very easy for you guys to learn quickly because it goes hand in hand. So those who are from finance background, there for them it is easy for them to learn convergent invoicing model. Okay, where it is talks about finance and other stuff. But when it comes to convergent charging, it is again independent to learn. Anyone can, either FICA guy or FICO guy or even subscription auto management guy can learn convergent charging. It's a Java based application. You don't need to know the backend Java. It's all UI configuration. Okay. So from the end to end standpoint, you it's in it works this way. You purchase a subscription. That's where subscription auto management comes. And in order to purchase the subscription, what you need to have your master data. You need to have your pricing master. You need to have your product master, and you need to have a business partner. So various master data is required in order to sell that subscription, right? That's all discussed in subscription order management. Now you sold the product. So this is not like you sell the product, you done deal. You're not done. Like imagine hospital is subscribing a MRI machine. MRI machine charge like cost a lot. What GE does, GE is going to general healthcare, in general electric healthcare, right? They go and deploy the MRI machine to whatever the service. There are various different hospitals. Now, how they calculate? It's a device as a service. Okay, I'm just giving an example. Device as a service. Now, number of copies, number of MRIs done in a given day. So that data goes to a BRIM model, and now they collect those data, and you scan these many today. So now hospital is collecting the money, and hospital is going to send that money to, like like the customer directly billed at the hospital where G is collecting the money. Means front as a service, like hospital is collecting the money, but still that is billed for G. Now G is going to give a share portion of the amount to the respective hospital, and finally they will keep the remaining money. That's a partner sharing. So that collection of money and scanning, counting the number of scans done, how exactly the charging. So that's conversion charging comes into picture. So how many charges is being, how many scans have been done, all those things. Now invoicing, collecting the money. So invoicing to the customer and collecting the money, where this invoice convergent invoicing into come to picture. So that starts from sales, ends with invoice. Okay. In between you have different database required in order to support the sales and invoice. Okay. Understood?
Yeah, I got it, got it.
So on part of this course content, some also will be covered, right? From
Yeah. Some CCCI is covered. Again,
okay.
you don't have to know all the models. It's you can just concentrate, like, again, based on your uh, based on the interest. You might be strong at some, might be strong at CA, but you will, in this training, whole training, you will get to know all the models,
Yeah,
that you
are
might
we
be
going?
expert.
Okay, are we going to cover the integration? I mean, with the Pika here, how it
Fika
works?
no, I mean to say, we will post it to Subledger. That's it. From the GL, there is Fika is a huge, right? That's a separate topic to train. So Fika is a
Okay,
core component. Yeah. So we will be posting into the Subledger. That's where training ends. From there, collections, running, all those things is separate.
okay. So if somebody wants to train into Pika, so you understand Pika also, right? So you can train on us on Pika also, right? In
Yeah.
that case,
Not part of this BIM. Yeah. In the future. Yeah. Other, like, once you learn this, you would like to understand the Fika. Yes.
huh. Yeah, okay, fine. So how much time it takes to understand Pika?
Only Fika.
Yeah.
Again, Fika is again, it's a huge model. Depends if you have a good at, like, again, that's again 40 hours of training
Okay,
separately.
okay,
So yeah.
okay, okay. It takes also time. Okay.
Mm. I see new guys joined. Whoever is joined, can you quickly introduce? I think I missed Kira, Nikhil.
So you have implementation experience in BRIM?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay, good.
So this is Srinivas actually. So I joined after 7 minutes of your session actually.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So I have around 13.7 years of experience
Okay, good.
in IT.
So okay, you worked under SAP as a model, or it's the first time you are working?
Yeah, actually I'm into SAP BODS, which is an ETL tool.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I have around 10 years of experience into SAP bots actually.
Okay,
So I just
good.
wanted to understand like whether it would be helpful for me, like is it a good idea, or would you suggest me if it is good for me to learn BRIM? Like because I'm very much interested into coming into this, but when you told me
Again,
like
it's
uh,
see, I'll tell you. Uh,
yeah,
when I started my career, I was not like, even I was asked my same question, like, is it what to get into this? So later on, definitely, again, it's all interest.
yes,
It's booming right now.
yes,
Everyone
yes,
going towards a subscription model, and either whether it's in SAP or non-SAP, you will get to learn the concepts. What is subscription model? What is how exactly it works in the industry? Even SAP or non-SAP, you will get to see, learn what is actual subscription, how system handles. Yeah.
okay,
Hi Vijay, this is Nikhil. I have around
Okay.
10 years of experience into the IT world. So as said by Srinivas, yes, similarly, I started my career from the technical side, and after a few
Yeah.
years, moved to the consulting side. And basically, I have some basic understanding in the sales, and actually, my core area is also sales and distribution and supply chain.
Okay.
Basically, understanding on the subscription models, but these are the conventional models only. So that's why I'm a little bit interested into the
Good.
brick
Good.
side.
So good. Thank you. So again, let me again reintroduce this quickly. So I come with 15 plus years of experience in SAP. So I worked as initially SD consultant, and I worked as GTS consultant, consultant. Around 2013, I shifted to BRIM model. I learned and shifted. That's where it started. Actually, 2009, which actually SAP BRIM introduced. and Geo was the first client in SAP labs to the SAP labs, right? So that's where they introduced the BRIM model. From there, multiple initially we had a struggle in like a life. Like we had a three model CRM, we had CC, CI, and ECC. It was a lot of it's like now if you see the BRIM versus 2013, it's totally different. In a sense, it changed a lot. So I started my career with the BRIM when it started, and yeah, so I implemented to like I have I worked on all the models, most of the things from CRM, latest S4 HANA. So yeah, that's a little background about me. Anyone is missed to introduce so that okay, please. So one
Vijay,
thing, yeah.
uh, what are the job opportunities nowadays? Because I saw on Naukri.com, I
hmm
see very few openings
It's
for the
now
BRIM. Uh-huh.
industry itself is down. No, so it's a Q3 and Q4. So nobody is
Okay.
in the air. So this is
Mm-hmm.
a low recruitment period, I would say, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
always Q1, Q2 where a lot of hiring happens. So now if you search, even the
Mm-hmm.
job market is down due to this all US economy thing. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so as an so with the 10 years experience or 6 year experience, it's easy to get into the market because with this BRIM knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
there are various consulting companies are offering, I would say, not the product based, but yeah, so consulting companies are still hiring. So if you search for
I mean,
BRIM,
with the training, how much years of experience we can show, or maybe what's the good idea? Uh, show. How much experience with the training?
with the,
It depends on the confidence also.
yeah. So it
Yeah, for
depends on the
uh,
way. So again, the way you learn, right? So you might, as I said, your core area, you choose to be in the SOM consultant, you choose to be a CC consultant, you choose to be a CI
yeah.
consultant. So based on your core capability, it differs. At least better to show 5 years of minimum experience or 3 to 4 years of experience. Yeah,
It's good idea, right? To show 3 to 4 years. Okay. And what about with the training? Can we work in the real environment very confidently?
I didn't get
In
your
the,
question.
with this training, can we work in the real environment very confidently?
It's your confident level, but yeah, with this training I will try to cover end to end all the possible use cases. So
Scenarios.
now, yeah, scenario based, so that you understand the concepts clearly, how exactly the system supports to the day to day business, any given realistic use cases, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now it depends. So if you are strong enough to prove that okay, you can work, as long as see, you might fail the first time, but definitely at 10th time you might succeed, right? So
Mm-hmm.
best thing is practice. So you have to practice. So even I'm still learning, I'm not saying I am perfect, right? Whenever it
Mm-hmm.
comes new releases, I sit in the system and I go and configure and learn myself to see whether it works or not. I fail first time and I learn again. That's what.
Mm-hmm. So, how much industries which kind of industries you work? Like
I work
telecom
for
you work? Huh.
Yeah, telecom I worked, SaaS based I worked. Media I didn't get a chance, but yeah. So telecom and device as a service, the hardware business. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At
So
least
these
you
are
have
the,
good diversified experience, I can say.
yeah. Toll management I worked. Yeah.
Hi Vijay, this is Nikhil. I
hmm
have few questions. You might have covered these things in the beginning, but
hmm
might it's a dumb question, but thought to ask you.
No
Like the
problem.
basic understanding we have for the hybrids, it's for the e-commerce normally they have used, and mostly it's the online sales hybrids has been used. But when it comes to BREEAM, initially it says only for the hybrids billing. Then again it's moved to the BREEAM. So just
Correct.
give us some connections how things are moved from hybrids to hybrids billing to BREEAM. You might
Yeah.
have covered. Just
Yeah. So as I said, right. So this is the slide I was explaining. I'm not sure you were there. Yeah. So this initially, this is the screen, right? SAP initially come up with acquiring convergent charging system. Then they landed Hybris billing. Again, that's Hybris billing is not a naming. Okay, let me put it this way. So initially, when SAP started this whole BRIM model around 2009, including convergent charging. So convergent charging is a purchase. Okay, Ideal is the company where SAP purchased this company, and then they branded using multiple models. When I say multiple models, they use the CRM, they use this convergent charging, and they use the FICA model, branded it as a convergent billing revenue innovation management. Okay, now FICA is not new, CRM is not new. CRM was used for something else, and they took part of the CRM component, like they called it as a provider order management initially. And they, again, FICA is there from the ages. Utility industry was using, are using, and multiple different insurance industry is using FICA. Okay, so they took that separate as convergent invoicing part of your FICA model. Now they took that model and branded as a billing revenue innovation management initially. Then around 2013, they acquired a company called Ibris, that is Omni business channel, like a content management PCM software. They sell the content.
1 minute. I
Mhm.
did. I'm not able to understand what's content management here. If you can help me
Uh,
to understand.
Again, content management system is like, let me put it the simple way. Like when you go to the cart, like when you purchase you go to Mintra and you try to product and you add it to cart, correct? So this company does support the CPQ, like uh, bundling the multiple attributes of the product and creating the single product and make it as a sellable product. So that's a content management. Like they purchase this company, German based company, which enables you to the CPQ.
And what's
CPQ is
CPQ?
CPQ is what do you say? Quoting system. I would, in a simple language, it's a quoting system. Okay, when
Quotation.
you
Okay.
quoting, again, now you have a regular quotation. It's not about the regular quotation. Like in order to quote, how do I say? So when you purchase your car, what are the things you look? What is the engine capacity and what is the color? What is the mileage? There are a lot of things you go and pick and choose and build a product, right? So I need this. These are all the capability I'm looking, and this is the product, is that's what I'm looking. So then that product naming and selling that product. Now you go to lens cart. Now you frame size, quality, different glasses. So that's where quotation, you quoting based on the product attributes. So that's where content management comes into picture. So this company was doing that. Again, it's a parallel to your SAP CPQ. It's not a separate or brand new thing, but it was a cloud based at the time, and they purchased this product in enable the Ibris billing. Now there is no direct relation with Ibris product to the BRIM. BRIM is just was used for billing and invoicing and usage modeling. So this purchase of Ibris was an intent to sell the product. Consumer come to the UI, they sell based on the selection, where they can let me put it so, Salesforce is the competitor for your quotation. So SAP never succeeded in the solution, like where front end UI, if you guys go to the edges. So SAP never succeeded in terms of selling CRM products. When I say CRM, Salesforce is a competitor, big competitor. Salesforce is the number one.
I I think now they have included the CRM into service model, right?
Yeah,
Service
yeah. That's
model.
again.
Huh.
That's just moving one server, like one box to another box. What I'm trying to say is this particular Ibris was bought in into SAP to compete with Salesforce, I would say. So that's where their selling model, like upfront UI, where you don't need to like solutioning all your product, and pricing can be done in your Ibris. And finally, you sell, once the sales selling that quote, it comes to SAP, create a provider order, and go on billing and invoicing will happen. So that was the intent initially, and it didn't go well. As I said, it never uh, like still client goes with Salesforce and as an initial like main screen to sell the quotation and other things, leads and other stuff. Okay.
So I mean,
Yeah.
what's the difference between the S/4HANA service and the SAP BRIM, and what are the integration points here?
Service is part of your SAP BRIM. There is no, see, subscription order management part of your service. Okay.
Okay.
So let me put it this way. So you have BRIM and
Are
you
you
have
no?
SOM.
Wait, are you writing?
Okay, don't see the screen. Just let me share
No,
again.
You're only
no.
seeing the PPT, Vijay.
Is it okay? Let me stop one more time. Stop sharing. Share again. Because I'm sharing the from the web, most probably because of that reason. Entire screen. Wait. Entire screen. Entire screen. Okay. Share. Now you can see, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So BRIM comes with two box. Okay. One is S4 and one is CC. So under S4 you have a service and you have a FICA. Okay. So now under service you have a SOM, subscription order management. So when I say service, this is a replacement for your CRM box. So they bought this all the content. So earlier, see under CRM separate box, we had a concept called provider order management. So this CRM is replaced to service and provider order management, which is SOM, subscription order management. Now it's a subscription order management. It's a replacement of your provider order management to the SOM. Okay. So SOM is under service and CA, convergent invoicing under FIC,
Pika.
PICA. Okay.
Mhm.
Now you will be doing all the order management and contract management. Here you will be doing invoicing. So CC
Okay.
is for consumption. Now service is not just meant for your BRIM. Service is replacement of here. There are a lot of functionality happens within the service, which is not required to use for a SOM. SOM is using part of the service. Okay.
Mhm.
Clear?
Limited functionality. Okay. And service is a vast functionality, you can say, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you are saying that CI is a part of Fika. And
Mm.
then here also you are saying Fika has limited scope and Fika is big, right? When you are
CI
going
is
to train,
C. We are using part of this BRIM. We are using the CI,
mm-hmm,
which is part of FICA, which is billing and invoicing part. But there are various other component, as I said, right? So there are various other component, customer financial management. So dunning, combining ARAP, subledger, payments, cash desk. There are a lot of functionality which in FICA. Yeah.
okay, as a FI person, which components are very important?
The 5% FICA, like a CA, conversion invoicing.
And FIC also, right?
FICA,
And
yeah,
Uh,
again, yeah.
this revenue recognition is also covering. That's you have
No,
earlier
no,
slide you
RAR
have
is another
mentioned.
separate training. So RAR is part of, again, not in embedded BRIM, but it supports, BRIM supports RAR. RAR is a separate training altogether. Yeah.
Right.
so you also
And that
cover area.
certified financial management earlier in your slide you have mentioned in red color. So that is
Mm-hmm.
not covered.
Yeah, yeah, that's all core finance, right? So that's something,
Okay.
yeah. So this FICA, we have lot of other functionality, including RAR, right? Dunning, other stuff.
Oh, okay. Is it covered under Fika or RAR is again the
RAR
separate?
is a separate for topic to discuss. I mean to say RAR is revenue management is totally different, and it is again even though it's part of again. Let me put it
Fika.
this way: if yeah, it's part of the FIC. It's not just part of the FICA. Uh,
Mhm.
BRIM and FICA supports RAR. So
Okay.
your yeah.
So
So
you would
RAR
also
was
train.
introduced around 2019 within SAP. Earlier, revenue management was different. Now, this 2019 they introduced new model RAR, which supports all the US-based ISO. Sorry, yes, all the revenue-related topics. That's totally different.
Okay, so you also
ACS
train.
6, FRS 15. There are various functionality within revenue. Yeah, you go.
So, I mean, how much salary hikes now we can expect with the 5-year experience in the BRIM nowadays?
I don't think so. That's a right answer I can give as of now.
Relevant question? Is it not the relevant question?
Yeah, yeah, it's not relevant question for this training.
Okay, okay. Sorry for that.
No problem. Yeah.
Vijay, like I just wanted to understand. So how would be? I mean, how would the classes be going? Like, is it in the functional way, or the you'll be covering both functional and the technical aspects?
It's a functional, right? So we zero coding base. So there won't be any coding involved in this.
Okay, because in one of my projects, I have just, I mean, we were dealing with BRIM jobs actually. As I told you, I'm an ETL developer. So I've been getting calls actually. So they were asking me related to both functional and technical. So I did not get that point exactly.
No, no,
Like,
there is either functional in SAP word, either functional or technical.
yeah, I do understand. But my question here is like, so when talking about BRIM, so how would that be going? Like, do we have any kind of technical aspects, or only will be
Is
smoothly going towards?
see in this BRIM, you are the regular SAP developer can work on the BRIM. There is no specific thing.
Acha,
Regular
okay.
developer, yeah. So normal developer only supports. It is
Okay,
developers.
okay, okay, I
Whoever is
got it.
Ah,
developer is
ABAP.
Yes,
uh,
Srinivas. Actually, ABAP is used, right? For that by the technical team.
Yeah.
So, like
Yes, yes.
on which aspect, SAP BRIM technical people will use ABAP. So, on which